This week on the Wildcat Report, Heath Mello's Mayoral Rally featuring Bernie Sanders, NHS's Carnival to raise money for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, Will Morris on field at the most recent Husker football game, and this week's Sports Corner with Jaden Cover. Good morning, Wildcats. I'm Hadfield.
And I'm Elaina Ewing, and this is the Wildcat Report. The upcoming mayoral election is May 9th. The two candidates are Heath, Mello, and Jaden Stothert.
Mello's rally, Come Together, Fight Back, Vote Democrat, featured Bernie Sanders and was this last Thursday on April 20th. Elaina, Trevor, and I were there to learn more about Mello's campaign.
Come Together, Fight Back, Vote Democrat. Rallies across the U.S. pull the blue, the young, and the old from their communities to help raise voting awareness. Here in Omaha, the Mayoral Race is coming fast. Our candidates are Heath, Mello, and Jaden Stothert. This past Thursday, April 20th, Heath Mello held a rally at the Baxter Arena to encourage Omaha citizens to get out there and vote.
My name is Heath Mello, and I'm ready to be Omaha's next mayor, with the general election being on May 9th.
There were also performances by the Minor Birds, Cross-Bearing Nation Gospel Choir, and Young Spirit Dancers. Mayoral candidate Heath Mello spoke about the changes he plans to make in Omaha, along with the importance of all voters, despite racial, sexual, or age differences, to take a step toward the future they want, no matter their mayoral candidate preference.
I really like how he targets the youth in his campaign, and he really focuses on youth politics, such as education policy and etc. He is also wants to accept Syrian refugees, and since I'm from the Middle East, I want to help those Syrian refugees as much as possible.
You could go out and make.
Senator Bernie Sanders is currently touring the nation hosting Democratic Party rallies to spark interest in local mayoral elections. Sanders spoke at Baxter this past Thursday along with prominent Democratic visionaries of Omaha.
Good enough.
Alongside Heath Mello, Jaden Stothert is in the mayoral race, running for her second term. Here at Millard West, there are students who agree with Stothert's ideas and her campaign. There are students at Millard West who would vote for her instead.
I don't really think she's messed up anything. I don't think we need someone new right now. She's fighting for better roads. She's added 56 new police officers, and she also wants more innovation. I think she's been great for millennials and attracting them to come to Omaha. So I think she's made it a better place to live.
With the rise of Democratic voters this past year, an important intersection lies with this election. Voters have to make a left or right decision that will either continue a long tradition of Republican voting or flip the city.
This is an opportunity for young voters at Millard West to engage, to let their voice be heard, and actually participate more in their local government, which they're able to help influence at a much greater level than most other levels of government.
We recently reached out to Stothert for an interview and are waiting for a response. Voting in Omaha commences May 9th. We hope to see you at the polls, Wildcats. This has been Elaina Ewing, Hadfield, and Trevor Lueck with the Wildcat Report.
We recently reached out to Jaden Stothert to see if she wanted to do an interview as well. We are still waiting on a response.
The NHS Carnival was Friday, April 21st. There was food, games, and a chance to dunk your principal. We go to Trevor and Jaden with a story.
Games, food, and live music. This year, National Honor Society hosted their first annual carnival. Together with students, teachers volunteered to set up this event to raise funds for NHS scholarships along with the Leukemia Lymphoma Society.
We really want to not only bring the school together, but also bring the community involved as well.
Posters were scattered in local businesses advertising to the community this new Millard West attraction. Kids and community members of all ages were invited to attend the carnival and have a good time.
NHS Carnival, it's our annual fundraising event for NHS, in which NHS members, we provide fun and entertainment for the school and the community.
Food was supplied by Hy-Vee Catering, and music was performed by Miss Mackenzie's brother Seth and his bandmate Luke Johnson. Tickets were sold to Dunk, Dr. Tiemann, Dr. Loof, and other school administrators by students, family, and faculty. Silent raffle prizes were donated by local businesses, and winners received them at the end of the event.
And I hope it becomes the buzz of the school, and I hope it becomes an event that students look forward to year after year.
It depends when I come back. but I might if I'm in town, yeah.
Received a lot of compliments from people who came that they really enjoyed the carnival, and we loved that we had such a high turnout because, it was the first year, so we weren't sure how it was going to work out, but we're all really happy that it worked out so well.
NHS has raised about $3,500 towards their cause. This has been Trevor Lueck, Jaden Cover, and Andrew Pfeiffer with the Wildcat Report.
It's red season, and you know what that means. Cornhusker football games and Nebraska merch everywhere.
Will Morris got the opportunity to report on field at the most recent Husker football game and go to him with the story.
Good morning, Wildcats. I'm Will Morris, and we are here at the Red-White Spring Game, bringing you all the latest on Husker Spring football. The 2017 Husker football season is officially underway with their annual Red-White Spring Game. More of a scrimmage than an actual game, it pits the starters against the backup units. It allows fans to watch some of their favorite stars like DeMornay Pearsonell in action, as well as up-and-coming players like Tristan Gebbia and Keyshawn Johnson Jr. Head coach Mike Riley said he liked the action he saw all day from guys on each team.
It was a vanilla day. You saw that, with what we did defensively, and that's the plan. We just wanted to let the kids play and not make it an assignment check day.
For many in the media going into the game, most of the focus was on not only the offense, but the competition at quarterback between Tulane transfer Tanner Lee and redshirt freshman Patrick O'Brien. Riley said O'Brien got to play on the first series of the game because of a coin flip in the locker room beforehand. Both played well, completing many of their throws while making some key plays on the ground. That week following the game, Mike Riley named Tanner Lee the starter going into fall, while reiterating that both quarterbacks played well all spring.
I thought I performed well. I executed the offense the best I could, and I thought it was pretty at a high level. And both all the coaches have said that I've done a good job, so I just got to keep it rolling and bring it into the fall camp.
It was a lot of fun. I was joking with some of the guys. The first time I played in front of a big crowd that was on my side, so it was a lot of fun. I felt comfortable, and it was just a lot of fun. It felt good to get back out there.
Attendance at this year's spring game was over 78,000, recorded as one of the highest spring game attendances in the nation. While the first half had more of a real game feel, the second half felt more like a scrimmage, including a 20-minute running clock for both the third and fourth quarters, in which Riley tried to get as many of his players into the game as possible. The game was a wrap-up on a successful spring camp and sets the tone for a promising 2017 season. That's all we got for the Wildcat Report from Memorial Stadium. This has been Will Morris.
To conclude this week's sports segments, we go to this week's Sports Corner with Jaden Cover.
Hello there, Wildcats. I'm Jaden Cover, filling in for JD Wessel. Today we're going to kick it off with baseball. The boys this weekend went to the Monarch Invite, finishing 2-1, dropping a game to Lincoln Southeast. This week the boys took on the Patriots of Millard South, losing 6-4. And then coming back the next day, they did beat Omaha South, but still in their mindset is the loss to Millard South. So we talked to pitcher Easton Young on what the boys need to do to recover from that loss.
It was a tough loss, but I don't know. I feel pretty confident that we'll come back strong because just shake that one off.
Now on to golf. In the midst of 30-mile-per-hour winds, the Millard West golf team went to Beatrice Invite and gutted out a third-place finish. Leading the way was Ryan Rogers and JT Engelbart, both scoring an 88 and tying for fourth place. We talked to Michael Hennessy on what the golf team needs to do to achieve their goals come state tourney.
In order to contend state, we need to become better at playing throughout the conditions and getting better in the wind and rain and making sure that even though it's crappy weather out, then we can still make good scores.
Girls track has been dominating this year. In all but one of their meets, they have had first place finishes, and this week they added another first place finish at the Thunderbird Invitational. We talked to Lauren Willarding on what the team needs to do to continue their success.
Well, right now we're practicing like 6 days out of the 7. So we're going to have to keep doing that and just working hard. Like injury prevention will probably be important so that we don't lose anyone.
The boys had a pretty good meet as well at Bellevue West, picking up 93 points and finishing second to Creighton Prep. We talked to Ben Christensen, who explained that it's almost the camaraderie of the team that has led to their success and less about what's done on the track.
We all have the same sense of humor. We all like seeing each other achieve on the track and off. Sharing success and the pain that the running brings all kind of bonds us together.
Wednesday night, the girls took on Omaha Central in senior night in what was a cold night, but they were able to pull out the victory 2-0. Yesterday, the boys took on Kearney and what their senior night is, you can catch all the highlights on Stripe. That will do it all for Sports Corner today. Thank you, Wildcats. Always remember, kill them with kindness.
And that's what's up, Wildcats. I'm Corey Hadfield.
And I'm Elaina Ewing, and this has been the Wildcat Report. Have a good day, Wildcats!